Okay, be completely honest with yourself for a second here. When you sit down at your keyboard, are you just memorizing syntax, or are you actually solving problems? Let's dive right into this because answering this single question correctly, it's going to save you months, maybe even years, of pure, hair-pulling frustration. So many beginners hit this massive brick wall early on, and it's simply because their focus is entirely in the wrong place.
Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're tackling a super critical topic. Every programmer should know this before it's too late. You see, programming is way more than just learning where to slap a semicolon or a bracket. It's a whole way of thinking. Today, we're unpacking a comprehensive guide designed to completely transform how we approach our code, whether you're just starting out or you've been at the keyboard for a while.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to cover 1. The programming mindset shift, 2. Mechanics of clean code, 3. Real-world developer skills, and finally, 4. The 5 habits of success.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the programming mindset shift, foundation over frustration.
Listen, before you write a single line of code for any project, you absolutely have to fix the fundamental way you think about programming itself. If your foundation is cracked, every line of code you build on top of it is going to wobble. The absolute most common beginner mistake, memorizing syntax rules. It's kind of like trying to become a master carpenter, but just memorizing the brand names of different hammers and saws. That doesn't actually teach you how to build a table, right? Instead, the actionable shift here is understanding the core concepts. Programming is fundamentally about problem solving. You've got to learn the concepts, like what a loop actually does or how a function operates, long before you worry about the exact syntax. If you grasp the core concept, looking up the syntax takes literally 2 seconds. But if you only know the syntax, you won't have a clue how to actually solve the problem.
And that brings us to a massive mindset shift. Error messages aren't roadblocks, they are the map to your solution. Honestly, so many beginners see a giant wall of red text on their monitor and just completely panic. They think, oh no, I broke the computer, or worse, they think they just aren't smart enough. Well, take a deep breath. Those error messages are actually your computer trying its absolute best to help you debug. It is literally telling you, hey, I got super confused right exactly here on line 42. So don't fear the red text. Read it. Embrace it. It's your map.
Another completely critical piece of this foundation is how we actually approach the work. If you're waiting for sudden motivation to learn programming, you're setting yourself up for failure. Motivation is just a feeling, and feelings are fleeting. Consistency, on the other hand, is a system. We need to build consistent daily habits. Honestly, writing code for just 20 minutes every single day is infinitely more powerful than trying to cram for 5 hours once a month when you suddenly feel inspired. The true secret to success in programming? It is ingenious. It's literally just showing up every single day, even when it's really hard.
Moving right along to Section 2, mechanics of clean code, mastering the tools.
Okay, so now that our mindset is dialed in, let's look at the mechanics. And we're starting with what I like to call language hopping. Jumping between languages too fast is a trap. You learn a little Python, then you see a cool video about JavaScript, so you switch, and then a buddy mentions C++, so you jump again. What happens? You end up knowing how to say hello world in 10 different languages, but you can't build a real application in a single one of them. Mastering one language deeply first is absolutely the better path. Once you truly master the mechanics of one language, learning your second or third becomes incredibly easy, mostly because the underlying concepts are exactly the same. So pick one, stick with it, and master the whole shebang. Now, there's a golden rule you have to remember here. Write code for humans, not just for machines. Look, the computer doesn't care if your code is an ugly, unreadable mess, just as long as the syntax is right. But programming is a team sport. And hey, even if you work entirely alone, you are always on a team with future you. Have you ever looked at code you wrote 3 months ago and thought, what on earth was I even trying to do here? Yeah, we all have. That's because you wrote it for the machine. Use clear variable names, write good comments, make it clean and readable. Your future self and your teammates will absolutely thank you.
Eventually, you're going to encounter official documentation. This is the primary, authoritative manual written by the actual creators of a programming language or tool. And yeah, I totally get it. This can look incredibly intimidating to a beginner. It reads like a dense, heavy, technical textbook. But honestly, demystifying this is one of the most powerful tips any programmer can learn. Don't just rely on random forum posts. Go straight to the source. The creators literally wrote a manual on how to use their tool. Getting comfortable reading official documentation is definitely one of those things that separates the amateurs from the pros.
All right, on to Section 3, real-world developer skills, escaping the sandbox.
Learning safely in a controlled environment is great and all, but eventually you have to step out into the real world and escape what developers call tutorial hell. You know the feeling? It's when you just watch video after video, perfectly copying the instructor, but when you open a blank file, you can't build anything on your own. Well, here is the escape plan. Step 1. Watch a tutorial just to grasp the basics. Step 2. Build a small clone of what they did, but from memory, without watching the video. Step 3, and this is the absolute magic step, add your own original features that weren't in the tutorial at all. Break it, fix it, make it yours. And finally, step 4, build a completely real, original project from scratch. That is how you learn to actually build rather than just copy.
As you start building these real projects, you absolutely must understand Git and version control. Think of this exactly like a save point in a video game. Imagine you're playing a really tough game, you're right before the final boss, and you save your progress. If you lose, you don't start from the very beginning of the game, you just go right back to the save point. Well, that's exactly what Git does for your code. If you try to add a new feature and completely break your app, which will happen, you just revert back to your last save point. It is a completely mandatory real-world skill for any serious developer. Learn Git, just do it.
Now, when things inevitably go wrong, the natural instinct is blindly guessing what's broken. Changing a plus to a minus, deleting a random line, mashing refresh, and just praying it works. Please don't do that. That is a massive waste of your time. The real-world skill is using systematic debugging skills. This means using print statements strategically, or honestly, better yet, using a dedicated debugging tool to pause your code and look at exactly what data is flowing through it step by step. Learning true debugging skills will literally save you countless hours of pulling your hair out.
And as you master these real-world skills, you've got to remember this one fundamental truth. Technology evolves rapidly. Your learning must never stop. The hot new framework that is incredibly popular today might be completely obsolete in 5 years. That's just the nature of the beast. But if you master those core concepts we talked about earlier, you can easily adopt. Continuous learning isn't just some nice-to-have bonus. In the programming world, it is a required non-negotiable skill.
Which brings us to our final bonus section. Section 4, the 5 habits of success, the path to mastery. We've covered the mindset, the mechanics, and the real-world skills. Now, let's rapidly fire through the specific daily habits that separate average coders from truly successful long-term programmers. Number 1, plan before coding. Don't just start typing. Grab a pen and some paper and map out the logic first. Number 2, take breaks when you're stuck. Staring at a screen for 3 hours is not going to fix a bug, but taking a 15-minute walk just might make the solution pop into your head. Number 3, read other people's code. Jump on GitHub, look at open source projects. You learn incredibly fast by seeing how the pros do things. Number 4, ask good questions. When you ask for help online, explain exactly what you tried, show your code, and be specific. And finally, number 5, never copy-paste blindly. If you find a solution on the internet, that is fantastic, but do not paste it into your project unless you understand exactly what every single line of that code is actually doing.
Wow, okay, we've covered a massive amount of ground today, from shifting our mindsets away from syntax memorization to mastering our tools, all the way to building real-world habits. But remember, information is only useful if it's actually applied. So I want you to ask yourself, which of these lessons is going to fundamentally change the way you write your very next line of code? Let us know in the comments. Keep learning, stay consistent, and we'll see you in the next explainer.